I don't buy into bougie water though. I think it's bullshit. I think they're just over there filling it from a tap, and they're just like putting it through some filtration, and they're like, "Oh, it's a natural spring in the hills of Iceland," and we go and gather our water there in buckets, and these maidens carry it back on their backs. It's the purest water. Shut up! It's tap water. Liars, charging me $5 for a bottle of water. Get out of here.
Also, another good thing with alcohol, what type of water do you like to drink while you're recovering? Because I have a water I like to drink when I recover, and I want to know what you guys prefer for water.
So you asking like what water?
What brand
like
of water?
Brands of water
that you like and hate?
Just in general, or like specifically for a hangover? Because I do got a hangover one. Topo Chico will save your life, man. Topo Chico is the greatest hangover, not alcohol, the greatest hangover water in the world. It's got those bubbles in it, and they just revive you. They pop into your soul, and they lift it up. They elevate you.
Damn.
You're talking about seltzer water.
Yeah, but like Topo Chico in particular, the shit, dude. The best one.
I almost drink nothing but seltzer water nowadays. Like I just drink I drink a few bottles of water a day.
Mhm.
But I love
Europeans.
Yeah, I don't even drink flavored seltzer water. I just get the regular joints now. I've upgraded to not needing a taste. I just
All right.
awesome.
What type of water you drinking? Fuck a seltzer water.
That's water.
Well, yeah, state your seltzer water.
Nasty ass taste of water.
I like Perrier.
Ooh.
Perrier. I like Polar. I like Schweppes.
Polar.
I remember you was a Schweppes drinking bitch. You wanted to invest stocks into. You wanted to buy stocks in Schweppes.
And
you put
I
that
should
pinky
have.
out whenever you're drinking it.
No, but
Or
I
you drink it out
have,
of champagne flutes.
I have been known to be a LaCroix boy.
Ooh.
You know, I love the fucking whole the seltzer water hard drinks or the alcoholic drinks that are seltzer. That's awesome. I'm a White Claw bitch. Call me Becky.
It's all about high noon now for these White Claws. White Claws is outdated. It's high noon now that they drink.
You got Trulies. You got all sorts of brands out here now trying to do it, but I'm all for it.
And Doughy asked us why he's doing White Boy Summer and not Slutty Summer.
It's a fact. White Claw bitch.
So what waters do you hate, though?
Oh yeah, I got my list. I usually try to stay away from purified waters, but purified water is so cheap that it's like sometimes it's like you look for it. It's like, okay, if I'm going to a place to stay, yeah, you got the purified, great value. You know what I mean? Like it's good, it's cheap, and I could understand the want to, it's water, it's a necessity. Some people don't have the luxury of actually going to other brands, but brands I try to stay away from usually are purified water. You talking about your Aquafinas, your Dasanis, your all these like Coca-Cola, Pepsi brand water. That shit is fucking so nasty. So I like Zephyr Hills if I'm in Florida. If I'm in Texas, I'll do a little Ozark. Ozarka or whatever that's called. I'm down for that.
Dude.
In New York, I do a lot of Poland Spring. You know what I mean? I'm down for that.
What about the regular water that comes out of New York's faucets? I heard that's the best water.
Good off of that, bro. That everybody tries to claim this and that, blah blah blah. Man, you go outside, something's in that drinking water, bro. These people crazy out here. All right, we in New York State, New York City, bro. You will find. I don't know, man. I'm skeptical about that New York City water being as safe as it claims to be.
Wait, so is Doughy the only one here that's going to be able to see inside that room inside of an Invincible? Because he's not drinking the tap water.
I got the vision. I got the vision.
Doughy's out of his mind. They've done various tests on the New York City water. That shit is perfectly safe, perfectly clean, and better than most cities. That water's coming straight from Niagara Falls right into New York City. That shit is beautiful, fresh mountain river, ice cold river water. The shit is good, delicious. It tastes crisp. Maybe not in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the standard's a little low out there. Brooklyn, other boroughs, they got pretty fucking good water. And you tripping too. because you just named my two most hated waters is the one Zephyr Hills and Poland Springs could go eat a dick. Those are fucking disgusting. I drink a fucking sip of that shit and I could taste ass. Say it was on somebody's ass. That shit me da asco. As soon as I look at it, I taste that shit. Shit gets trapped right here in my throat. It's like taking a nasty shot of fucking tequila. This shit's all fucking bad.
See, I've never tried those. I've never tried those ones. I'll tell you my least favorite though. Dasani. I feel like when I drink Dasani, it dehydrates me, and I need to drink more water immediately afterwards.
Damn.
It's got like a salty taste to it. Don't like it.
That's those water bottles that don't freeze under below freezing temperature.
Is that one of the ones? I know that there's like a bunch of like
that and Aquafina as well.
So
what does that mean?
What?
I don't know. It's just weird.
You're saying Dasani does not turn to ice?
It turns to slush first or something. Like it does. It's got weird weird properties, but I don't know if that's different than other water bottles. I just know that I've seen like people putting YouTube videos up of that nonsense.
I'll tell you what.
That's a conspiracy.
I like Voss. I like what's the other one? Evian.
That's square.
Evian?
You like that Fiji shit?
Evian's pretty good.
Evian's trash.
No, that's pretty good. It's better than Zephyr Hills and all those dickheads you like.
Evian. No, I like Fiji over. We talking about
Fiji is trash.
If we talking about bougie water, I'll take a Fiji over a Evian. Evian is silky for some reason.
Even the essential waters.
I don't buy into bougie water though. I think it's bullshit. I think they're just over there filling it from a tap. And they're just like putting it through some filtration, and they're like, "Oh, it's a natural spring in the hills of Iceland." And we go and gather our water there in buckets, and these maidens carry it back on their backs. It's the purest water. Shut up! It's tap water. Liars, charging me $5 for a bottle of water. Get out of here.
Essential water is pretty good too, and the core water bottles. Those are pretty good. But funny story, real quick. Remember that party that I did for the Trump supporters where Trump came into Palm Beach and I had to shave my whole fucking facial hair and all that?
Oh,
how could I forget?
God.
Yeah, you guys gave me shit for that. Yeah, way before Trump became a president, he came down here for, I guess, like a presidential run. And to make extra money, which was a good amount of money, I went there to help assist on the parties as like a food guy, like, you know, giving the waters and getting plates ready for them to deliver to the guest, right? So it was a big old ordeal, whatever. At one point, they only had Evian and some other bottle. I forgot what it was. Midway. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's my face when I had to shave.
He looks like a cancer patient.
He looks like a child.
Yeah. That was a long time. I was young as fuck there, too.
Say he looks like a cancer patient.
The fact that you say that as some type of profile pic kind of disturbs
That's your
me.
profile picture.
On what? On your phone?
On my phone, yeah.
That's disrespect.
Yeah, it is. That's how I view you.
Tata, I got one for you, Maji.
Naked as your name there.
So, fucking, what happened was they ran out of this water and they only wanted to drink that water. So, what we did, we grabbed tap water and filled up those bottles of water that they only wanted to drink of and gave it to them. Lo and behold, that water was gone instantly. Like, we got to keep bringing these big ass vases. And for some reason, they love vases of water.
A vase.
A vase, yeah. They just wanted to fill it
That's
up.
pronounced Voss.
Voss.
Yeah, that's the best brand of water.
Yeah, and that water was disgusting. But I did find that's where I found my love for the Evian water and the essential water one. Because it's like they were there and I'm tasting it because I was thirsty.
Essentia is fire. Essentia is fire.
Yeah, it's really good water. That's good water. But
here's the major plot twist for all the water talk. All the world's bottled water is owned by like 4 companies or something.
Yep.
And they're all fucking bottled from different taps. All the whole marketing BS about this tastes this tastes that. The only difference is that some people that some companies take that water, they purify it. Some just filter it, some just give it to you like that. But ultimately, if 2 companies are doing the same thing and it's bottled, you're drinking the same shit. Even though mentally, I look at that Poland Springs and that Zephyr Hills and it just looked dirty to me. It might be the greenish logos on there, but it kind of just looked like someone just dipped some water into a Florida lake and I'm not drinking it. I'm just not.
Hey, Does Florida do the same thing as Texas? Because it gets hot in Florida too. Obviously, it's a humid heat or whatever like they say down there, right? But like
Yeah.
Florida gets hot too, right, during the summer.
Yeah.
Every place you go to in Texas during the summer, like waiting rooms for doctors, bars, like most places, maybe not like grocery stores and things like that, but most places they'll just have like a water cooler, and you can just go fill up your water and like get water at the at whatever joint you're at. Do they do that in Florida, or is that not a thing? I feel
No,
like I don't drink a lot of bottled water because like it's just like this. You could just walk into a restaurant with your cup. You can walk into a bar with your like water cup because it's hot in Texas. So like it's understandable that you're gonna bring in some water to drink.
No, that's fucking fire. I remember when we went to Texas, I thought that was awesome. Was that you'd go to all these bars and then you could just walk to the corner of the room and they have a tap of water that you could just like fill your own water and keep it moving. You don't gotta ask nobody for no drinks. I thought that was fire.
Yeah, they
No,
do
Florida
that up
got
here
nothing
too.
like that.
They do that up here in
Yeah.
New York too.
Well, it gets hot up there because y'all like it's all window units, right? There's not a lot of places with like AC, right?
Correct.
Because
Shit is
those buildings are
all
all
New
those
York
buildings are all
summer
old.
is fucking disgusting. It's the worst. The fucking worst. Not only does it feel like all the buildings and all of that, like if it traps the fucking heat, it
Yep.
doesn't go away. But New York City is so old that a lot of these places they just don't got air conditioning.
And
It's
there's
like
steam coming below, steam pipes, stuff like that. And then you have exhaust from cars and trucks, which is my big thing about like turning New York more
Here
to
we
a
go.
green.
Here we
because
go.
fuck
I
Get
this
the
can-
bike
fuck outta
bullshit.
here,
It's got
man.
nothing to do with it. The house is
Fuck a
hot.
bike.
You're sitting in the house and you're just sweating, and you're sitting there, and it's disgusting. And there's just it's expensive to run a window unit all day long, so people just don't until
Oh
the
boy,
night.
cut this shit out, my nigga. Do you try to put this infomercial with bike bullshit and everything you want to talk about, nigga? The bikes is
He just wants that bike sponsorship, dude. He's gonna get that free
He fucking
e-bike.
turned the
Specialized, holla
hot
at
New
me.
York.
Specialized, holla at me.
Ew.
I don't know
He
why
turned
that
the
shit
hot
looks
New
weird.
York bike, and he turned the hot New York summer into we don't have ACs to fucking car exhaust to the fucking. That was the lane. He took the fucking lane, not the bike lane. He took the car lane into the bike lane. Fucking terrible.
Tired of that shit.
Everybody should be
So-
tired of that.
so
I hate
Tony-
Zephyr Hill. Just by the
Tony,
way.
should we be drinking bottled water though? Is a question.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was saying with like the Texas thing is I don't have to really drink a lot of bottled water because I can just get it at the bar.
I
I, can
think
get
we
it wherever I'm going.
Recycle purposes, I think we should get away from bottled waters and just have it like how Texas is in a way that you have your own cup and you just refill your cup because you're not throwing away that Yeti cup or
How-
whatever cup you're using.
How do you guys feel about the boxed water, the cardboard water?
No, I'm good off
It
that.
is more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, I'm good
And
off
it
that.
tastes fine. It tastes the same, dude. Like I don't notice any taste. I know there's some people that are purists and they're like, this cardboard water tastes weird. Like it doesn't taste right. Whatever. I don't know.
Why is
That's some weird shit. I
Why
think
is
you
there a
give people
purist
options.
for everything?
Hold on, wait.
I think if you give people options, I think people get attached to one and then the other one's garbage. It's just like the console wars. It's like
Think people are just naturally fanboys.
Yeah.
So, all right, explain this cardboard water because not only have I never heard of this, I've never seen this. Like my experience is if you wet cardboard, the shit gets soggy.
So they
It's
have
like
it laced.
lined.
Yeah, they or lined it better than saying laced. They lined
I
it
think-
in with like it's like that. Remember the coconut water that comes in a little cardboard thing? It's like that, Pooch. Like
Mhm.
they have coconut water that's in that. Pooch or Doughboy drinks it all the fucking time.
I
Exactly.
think the water ones that I've seen, I think it might be like a wax
Mhm.
kind of substance
Mhm.
on the inside or something that kind of like seals it and protects it
I
from
mean,
like
and
Shit
they just like
looks
just
more
getting
plastic
soggy.
than anything. Those like coconut waters.
But like
Mhm.
honestly, not even from like a recycling standpoint, although that's important too.
recycle.
Although that not that Stephen Colbert, that John Oliver episode about recycling kind of like demotivated me to recycle. I don't know if y'all caught that episode or not.
Yeah, I think
But-
the gist of it was all the stuff you recycle just goes into the same landfill anyways. So it's like, why recycle?
Yeah. It was kind of demoralizing. He ends it with like, you should still recycle because it is important, but like a lot of it was demoralizing. But not even from that, just from the cost perspective. Like, why are we paying money for water when you could just bring your own cup, toss
It's
on
a
like your little
fact.
like your Camelback or like
I'll say this: depending on where you are, like I said, in New York City, against what Doughy says, I don't care what he said. In New York City, the water's clean and it tastes good in most places. In a place like that, you could drink the
Listen,
tap.
but I'm not
And
gonna lie.
in places in California that I've been to, the tap tastes good. I drank tap in Texas; it was fine. In Florida, the tap water tastes disgusting. It has a distinct flavor that's just not good. Nowadays, I do drink the tap water, but it runs through like my refrigerator's like filter and all that shit. It's just like it feels like clean, good tasting tap water is not readily available for most people. And for me in particular, I remember I went through college. It was way more convenient to just buy cases and cases and cases and cases of cheap water. It tasted better than what I would get otherwise. Um, so I mean, I'm still okay with drinking bottled water, but I wish we could like force our cities to provide us with better drinking water. Like I
Mhm.
don't know.
Well, I mean, water fountains are disgusting.
What?
I do not use water fountains, dude. I've seen too many people just do. You remember that episode of Parks and Rec? You brought up Parks and
Yeah,
Rec earlier.
I
You
love
remember?
it.
You remember when they're trying to like design the water fountain so that way the gross people like Andy can't just put their entire mouth over it. That's all I think of with water fountains now. It's just
Yeah,
like,
that was I love that episode. And then
That's so disturbing.
they use Andy as like a subject, like, oh, let's see if he can get out of this one.
He figures it out.
Yeah.
so yeah,
That's fucking disgusting.
water fountains are gross, man. Like I don't know. It'd be nice if there was more readily available water options. I suppose. I don't know what homeless people do. Do they just drink bottled water? I'm assuming that's what they do.
I don't know any homeless people, so I don't know what they do, to be honest. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
There are definitely noticeable differences in taste between tap waters, though. Like I swear, like the Pflugerville water, don't like the taste of it. It tastes different
I
than what I'm
heard the
accustomed to.
pipes. I heard the pipes have a lot to do with it, man. Like the buildup inside of the pipes and how old the pipes are. I heard that's like a thing.
No, that's fair.